On today's 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, live, Paul Newman, movie star, race car driver, political activist, and now becoming a big star in the food processing business. First it was Paul Newman's salad dressing. Now he's branching out. He'll tell us all about it live. And he'll be here for a live taste test of his new product. Also live, Gladys Knight and the Pips with their brand new hot recording. That's Gladys Knight and the Pips and actor Paul Newman, all live on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News.
Richard Gere is breathless, 7:30 tonight.
Oh, I do hope there are no hard feelings, Mrs. Devereaux, concerning that incident on St. Andrews.
I forgot all about that as soon as you walked in here with your gun.
Well, I hope eventually you'll forgive this as well. I'm sure your husband will. You see, we're both professionals, Mrs. Devereaux. We know there's nothing personal attached. It's strictly business.
Right. Kill your best friend, but it's just business.
Well, that is very unusual, believe me. We very rarely kill each other, I assure you. Now, you see, there is a code involved. Speaking of codes, how are we doing, Ian? See, you're coming up on the last move. Make it so that I can see that phone book. Make it. Where is it? Why doesn't the phone book show up on the screen?
Because I told you, Harry. It's been erased.
And I warned you, Ian. I told you exactly what I would do.
Harry, what I told you was the truth, damn it. There's nothing I can do about it.
But there is something I can do, Ian. Something I must do. Or Mr. Cameron will believe that I never did my job. So, say goodbye to your wife, Ian, and make it a very brief farewell.
Oh, God, Ian, he's gonna kill me.
Stop!
Get away from that door.
Get your hands off her!
Get away, or I'll shoot Mrs. Devereaux. Believe me, I am serious.
Ian, who the hell is this? His name is Lavender, and I suggest you do what he says, Sky.
Damn sound advice, Ian.
Sky, don't let him take me.
Don't worry, darling, he's not gonna hurt you.
Darling. Well, 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 what have we here? Well, no matter. Not to worry. He who travels alone travels fastest. There she is, gentlemen. You two can decide what to do with her.
That's the man I told you about, the man from St. Andrews. Cameron sent him here to get the phone book.
Is that the guy you were playing chess with?
I thought you heard about that story, Sky. Also the other stories about our honeymoon.
No. You must know all our stories by now. Well, at least it's all over with.
Well, I just hope it's that simple, Sky. Even if we were magically able to forget, there's one legal detail. Raven is still my wife.
You haven't told him?
I didn't have time. Lavender came in.
You mean there's still something I don't know?
Ian, I'm not Mrs. Devereaux. I didn't know it myself until this morning, but we're not really married.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that takes grease out of your way. And by new enriched Prel. New Prel puts the ooh in shampoo.
Who put the ooh in shampoo?
New Prel, that's who.
Now Prel's enriched to give a new kind of ooh.
to Prel shampoo, because Now Prel has a soft new fragrance. Now Prel has special new silkeners you can feel while you shampoo. Now Prel leaves your hair feeling soft and silky after. And what does that do? Puts it in a special new formula for dry hair, too.
I feel sick. 4 pancakes, 6 sausages, and 3 eggs are inclined to have an adverse effect on your body, Rich.
It's not the pancakes, it's all these greasy dishes. How are we ever gonna get them clean?
Let's not panic. We've got Dawn. Look, Dawn scatters grease. It fights hard to take grease out of the way. Help keep it away. See, Dawn got the grease.
Look what I found on the move.
So wash it.
After 4 million greasy dishes, this looks as good as the one you washed earlier. And my hands don't feel greasy. Grilled trout. Who's gonna clean them?
I clean the dishes.
And you clean the fishes.
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
All right, here's the autopsy report on Richard Scanlon. Death by asphyxiation. Tell me if you notice anything.
Yeah, I do. This could almost be a carbon copy of the report on Patricia Devereaux's murder.
Exactly. David Cameron must have gotten into her apartment looking for the documents that she supposedly had in her possession, and then strangled her.
Yes, those mysterious documents that no one wants to tell me about.
All right. Look, a group of us were enlisted as deputies, if that's the right word, by the feds to try to help them locate these documents.
Yeah, and this guy, Cameron, I guess, was the recruiting sergeant?
Yeah. Well, we thought he was working under the auspices of a counter-espionage agency.
Well, he was, wasn't he? I mean, he's a top guy in there.
Oh, this guy was working for everybody. He had everything going for him. He had total authority to do whatever had to be done in order to find these documents, and all the time, he was planning on using them for his own purposes when they did turn up.
Assuming, of course, he'd be Johnny on the spot when the time came.
Exactly.
Well, wait a minute. Then you've been playing this little game for a long time, haven't you? You among others.
Others, a list of others kept getting bigger every day. Not that we wanted it to. It was first just Mike and myself, but the inner circle kept getting bigger.
Nancy Carr, I'll bet, and obviously Raven.
Well, Calvin, even though David Cameron has double-crossed us, this is still top-secret stuff. I don't feel right talking about it with you until I get a green light from Washington.
Chief, if I'm supposed to be working on the case...
Whatever you find out is going to have to be on a need-to-know basis. I'm sorry. Yes. All right. Yeah, what's up? What? For crying out loud. Well, I guess the restriction should have been a little tighter then, huh? All right, who was it, do you know? I know that name. Anybody else heard? Well, thank God for that. Certainly would have been nicer if he was still alive. All right, I'll come down there in a few minutes. I'll see you then.
Well, is that something I need to know?
Somebody tried to get at the Devereaux.
What? I thought you had that house locked up tight.
Obviously not tight enough. I still wanted the routine visitors to be able to come and go. I didn't want to call attention to the fact that he was under surveillance.
Wait a minute, Chief. That amounts to using the guy as bait.
Well, we were. But in this case, Devereaux himself approved admitting this guy. Said he was an old friend of his. Harry Lavender, do you know? No. All right. I guess this guy must have been a formal rival. That'd be a better description.
Yeah, well, what happened?
Lavender came in looking for the phone book, but since there is no phone book, he couldn't get it. One of my men shot and killed him while he was trying to make an escape.
Oh, I see why you think it was bad news.
Yes.
I mean, he was the one person who could have given us some clue as to Cameron's whereabouts.
Well, he's not going to tell us anything now. Come on.
So your Aunt Geraldine really did make the proper arrangements for our wedding, didn't she?
We didn't know what she was going to do, Ian. She just hired an actor instead of a judge.
Geraldine found out the whole truth. She discovered it when she came to New York when we were there.
Yes, I remember that trip to New York. I told her to stop the arrangements when I found you two together.
We were thinking of running away, Ian, but not for the reasons you thought.
We thought that Sky was going to go to prison. We thought you framed him for espionage. And Ian, I was so pleased when I found out the truth, not for Sky's sake, because I didn't want to believe you did that.
So, Geraldine found out everything. Raven told her everything.
So she knew about your marrying me to find out my secret.
But she hated the idea. She didn't want me to go through with it.
But Cameron left us a choice.
No. No choice, really, if you loved someone.
So Geraldine did the next best thing. She arranged to have us married, but not really married.
I suppose I should congratulate her. As it turns out, she's been the cleverest one of all, including Mr. Cameron.
I can't wait till they catch that guy. I'd like to get my hands on him.
Oh, they'll catch him all right. The whole CEA will be on his trail.
Yes, but that won't do me much good, I'm afraid.
What do you mean?
You see, I've struck up a deal with the CEA. I have to be instrumental in the capture of Cameron in order to obtain immunity from prosecution.
What do they expect you to do?
Well, hasn't it been obvious? They want me to sit around here as live bait in case Cameron shows up and makes another attempt to get the phone book from me.
But you've already ruined the phone book, and you almost risked your life. Isn't that enough?
It's not as simple as that, Raven. What they want me to do is to throw the net over him. Otherwise, we're both faced with a federal prison sentence.
That's not what we want, Ian. You've been through enough.
Well, there is one small consolation. You won't have to perform any wifely duties, Raven. You won't have to come and visit your husband in prison, since you aren't my wife. Now, if you don't mind, I am rather weary. I've had a long day.
Yeah, it has been a long day.
So I'll say goodnight to both of you.
Have some breakfast, Mom.
You kids eat bran check?
Yeah, try some.
It won't be like my bran cereal.
But it's high in fiber like your brand?
No.
And bran checks taste great.
No.
Just one little spoonful.
No. Do I have a choice?
No.
Bran checks is good. Better than I thought bran could ever taste.
Guess you have to try them to like them.
Yes.
People who don't like Czech cereals have never tried Czech cereals.
I know Admiral refrigerator can make ice cream. I made strawberry.
I made a blueberry yogurt freeze.
I made Paradise Punch.
I made vichyssoise.
Admiral just invented the world's first refrigerators that make ice cream.
Amazing, but it's true. It's a scoop for ice cream lovers from Admiral to you.
I'm so happy you both came over tonight. I was afraid that I wouldn't be seeing you for a very long time.
Now, why do you say that?
Oh, well, because of the trial and all that. I mean, the defendant can't very well socialize with the district attorney, can she?
That was one of the reasons we invited ourselves over here tonight.
I'm the one who did the inviting, Mike, remember?
Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever the reason, we're all here together. And that's what counts.
Well, not quite all. I was hoping to see Jody this evening.
Well, Jody's a little bit of a problem at the moment. She thought she might be putting a damper on the evening, so she went out.
Why on earth would she feel that way?
Well, we've been having a bit of a family disagreement involving Jody. In fact, Miles and I have spent more time talking about that than the trial.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm sure it's related to the trial. She's under terrible strain. You all are, for that matter.
Yes, well, I'm sure it is related. As a matter of fact, that's how it all started, when she broke up with Gavin because of what he did.
Yes, I know. And I'm sure you know that Gavin is going to be a witness for the prosecution.
I feel sorry for the guy, actually. He hasn't done anything wrong, but Jody's been making him pay for it.
And all out of misplaced loyalty to me.
But that can't be why you're quarreling.
No. It's something that's happened since Jody and Gavin broke up. It seems that she has gotten a new interest.
It's a young man that Miles and I don't really care for. He's the manager of that new place called the Video Disco.
Oh, yes, I've heard about that.
Yeah, we actually went there one evening.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to see what it was that Jody was so interested in.
The young man?
Well, yeah, he calls himself Preacher. He's tall, he's very good looking, but he's very, very... Oh, I shouldn't really talk about it.
Yeah, don't stop now.
Well, look, I don't know how Nicole was going to finish that sentence. I can do it for her. He's very, very rude, unlikable, and possibly even violent.
Well, I can't see Jody getting involved with someone like that. She's so gentle herself.
No, but we may be wrong about him. After all, we've only seen him a few times, and that wasn't under the best of circumstances.
We're not wrong. He's wrong for Jody.
You know, that's really a very difficult problem, because if you order her not to see him, that just makes him all the more interesting.
That's exactly it. I'm afraid I have not been handling the problem very well myself. I've been reacting emotionally instead of logically.
Could someone please tell him to stop blaming himself? This is a very difficult problem with no easy answers.
Well, there's one possible answer.
What's that?
Gavin. Jody's still very fond of him. The only reason they broke up was that he presumably was hurting Nicole.
Well, do you think she'll get over that?
Maybe she will. If Gavin doesn't have to testify at the trial.
I'm afraid he'll have to. He was subpoenaed to be a witness.
Yeah, I know that, Mike. But if Nicole is not the defendant, he wouldn't have to appear, would he?
What in the world are you talking about?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up this topic until later in the evening, but since it's come up already...
What is it?
I just want to show Mike something.
A copy of a letter to the court?
Yeah, it's a letter to Judge Marcus.
Judge Marcus? He's the presiding judge at my trial.
I sent a copy to your office, Mike. You'll have the more. You might as well read it now, though.
Well, what is it?
Apparently, it's a confession.
Seems I couldn't get anybody else to listen to me. So I thought I'd go directly to the man who'll be judging my wife, judging her for a crime she didn't commit.
Betsy smells funny.
That's baby smells. Smelly formula, sticky baby food.
Diapers.
That's ammonia. Baby laundry is a special problem. So instead of regular detergent, I use Dreft with enriched borax. It's specially made for baby laundry.
There's borax in grain after grain of Dreft. Dreft get tough baby laundry clean and clean-smelling.
Now she smells good.
Dreft cleans baby smells out of baby laundry.
You know, when Drew and I first started out, times were pretty tough. So we cut corners whenever we could. And I'm not ashamed to admit that I've tried cheaper shortenings. But I came back to Crisco. Because Crisco makes my chicken taste like something special with no greasy taste.
Mighty tasty.
Chicken this good must mean you're doing something right.
Come on, all the seat.
All vegetable, no cholesterol, Crisco.
Crisco will do you proud every time.
Don't worry, I'll be back.
Who's worried? It's drafty. Where's his blanket?
Here.
Ooh, it's not soft enough for him.
Honey, he's right, but I've tried lots of softeners, even liquids. Not new Downy.
New Advanced Formula Downy out-softens all other fabric softeners, even other liquids. No other brand can touch new Downy's softness.
Soft?
New Downy softens best. April fresher, too.
Okay, sport?
Someone said thanks.
New Advanced Formula Downy.
Crying out loud, how could you let that happen? You got 4 surveillance officers out there. You let them slip through your fingers?
We were making sure nobody got in, Chief. We weren't worried about someone getting out.
Somebody worried about having a little common sense once in a while.
Chief.
Yeah.
We've checked the entire house.
And?
And he's gone all right. I think I have an idea how he got out.
How?
Well, there's an old fruit cellar downstairs, been converted to a wine cellar.
I suppose nobody was watching that exit. It was covered, Chief, I swear.
The exit was covered, at least the obvious exit was covered, but there's another one. There's a tunnel about 50 yards long. Winds up in the grounds behind the house.
He must have had that dug for just such occasions.
Yeah, what I don't understand is why would he run away? He wasn't under arrest.
Probably didn't want to sit around waiting for another Harry Lavender to come in and take a shot at him.
Yeah, well, whatever the reason, he's gone, and that's for sure.
All right, how about the other visitors over here? Mrs. Devereaux is here?
Well, she left about 10 minutes ago with a man.
Yeah, that would be Sky Whitney. They're probably on their way back to his place. I could call if you like.
All right, you might as well wait a few minutes till they get home.
Oh, I'm glad you're here, Mr. Whitney. Hello. I got a problem. What is it now? It's that whip lawyer again. He tried to subpoena me unless I'm
Hello, Raven. Nice to see you.
What the hell are you doing here?
Came to see Mr. Whitney about a legal matter.
I don't remember hiring you, Nelson.
I'm here representing my client, Nicole Cavanaugh.
Oh, for God's sake, Cliff, if you only knew what we've been through.
Well, I know what Nicole has been through, and that's all that matters to me.
I've already told you there's no way that I can help you there.
You can't help me. You can answer another question.
Listen, Mr. Whitney, if you give me permission, I'll just throw the... Knock it off. All right, what is it you want, Nelson? I thought I answered all your questions.
Well, you did, except one of your answers came up short.
What do you mean by that?
On the night of Nora Fulton's murder, you said you were in a public restaurant with Valerie Bryson?
Yeah, I was. That's no big deal. I mean, all you have to do is check the witnesses here.
I did. I talked to the maitre d'. You know, you should have left a bigger tip. He might have lied for you.
Hey, who are you calling a liar? All right, what did Jean-Paul say?
Well, he said you arrived for dinner 45 minutes late.
What is so important about that?
Well, you see, it blows a hole in his alibi. Could have easily gone to the studio, killed Nora, and then come back to dinner.
Are you insane? Are you saying that Sky killed that woman?
You may not know this, Raven. He had a very good reason to kill her. She was blackmailing him.
Oh, Mr. Whitney, you ain't gonna let me throw this clown out of here.
Gunther, do throw him out. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What is he talking about?
Well, what he's saying is partially true. Nora tried to blackmail me.
What?
She overheard something in a conversation about a company that I owned. It seemed that there were some executives of this company who were making illegal bribes to foreign governments to get what they wanted. However, I was not involved personally at all.
So how could she blackmail you?
She wasn't blackmailing me. She was blackmailing Spencer. Just wanted to keep her job, that's all.
And now we blame Spencer. Too bad he can't defend himself. Of course. He's dead.
Will you just stop it? I don't want to hear any more about this. Sky, haven't we been through enough already tonight?
There's more time to do what you want to do. More time to be what you want to be. When you set yourself free. Set yourself free with Stouffer's. Do what you want to do, Stouffer's. Be what you want to be. Set yourself free. Set yourself free.
Stouffer's.
When I've got a splitting headache, I want what works. And Extra Strength Datril has been working for me every bit as well as Extra Strength Tylenol since I switched. And now I know why. Datril and Tylenol have the exact same aspirin-free pain reliever in strength. Exactly the same. I know because I asked my doctor about Datril. Yet Extra Strength Tylenol can cost so much more. So I'm staying with Datril. Why would I pay that much more for the same relief? Why would anybody?
Thursday.
We're going to see just how much you know about TV.
It's a nostalgic, fun-filled test of TV trivia.
You know what an awful feeling that was to take off a woman's dress and still be alone?
Gavin McLeod and his celebrity guests give you the clues on the I Love TV test.
Miles, I'm sorry. I can't agree with your strategy, if that's what you think it is.
It's not a strategy. It's a simple truth. It's a truth I've been trying to tell you for weeks.
It is not the truth. He did not kill her. I don't believe it.
You believed it once. That's why you decided to take the blame for me.
Now, wait, just a minute. Mike, do you think the judge will take that seriously?
No, not really.
What do you mean? He's got to take it seriously. It's a confession of murder.
Miles, there very often are confessions just before a murder trial begins. I'm sure Judge Marcus won't lend this any more credence than he would to the usual crank mail he receives.
I've asked for polygraph tests, Mike. They don't believe me. Let them believe their own damn lie detector machines.
I'm not going to take one of those tests. I already
No,
told you
of course
that.
she's not going to take it. She knows exactly what will happen. She'll make the needle fly all over the place.
Wait, Nicole, it might not be a bad idea.
No, I won't do it. They can't force me to do it. I won't do it.
Of course, it's not admissible evidence.
Honey, it just might help clarify the situation.
Nancy, I said no. I simply won't do it.
I think you can both see that my wife is lying. She's lying because she loves me. Now I want to tell the truth because I love her.
If you don't believe me, Nelson, frankly, I don't care whether you do or not. All you have to do is talk to the DA. He knows that I've been exonerated. The individuals who were responsible have been fired, and as a matter of fact, one of them, a man named Parrish, is in jail.
That still doesn't mean you wouldn't want to stop Nora Fulton from talking.
I fired her, Nelson. That's proof I wasn't afraid what she was going to do.
This is so stupid. Why do you even argue with this dope?
Because he's worried, Raven. He's worried that the next person he's going to argue with is going to be the police. Let me show you. It's very difficult to argue with a deposition that's been filed by a police officer.
I don't know anything about this case. I don't know what you're talking about. You see that police report?
Hey, well, what's wrong?
Just thought of something.
What?
Yeah, the police report, of course.
Of course, what?
I didn't kill Nora. But I think I may know who did. As a matter of fact, maybe I even know how.
Munch a bunch, a munch, a bunch, a munch, a bunch, a munch, a Fritos corn chips go with lunch.
Nothing gives your old lunch new life like Fritos brand corn chips. So munchy, so full of good corn taste.
Munch a bunch, a munch, a bunch, munch a bunch, a bunch, a bunch, munch a bunch of Fritos go with lunch.
Fritos corn chips make lunch much better.
You might not think I have to watch my weight. I'll bet I do. So I always try to get as much flavor for my calories as I can. Now there's a super way. Lean Cuisine from Stouffer's, a company that really knows how to make food taste good. Their Lean Cuisine entrees are full of the flavor a dieter needs to succeed, yet each is less than 300 calories. Now when you watch your weight, do it deliciously with Lean Cuisine from Stouffer's.
This is David Hartman. Tomorrow on Good Morning America, we'll talk with a couple trying to save their marriage, part of our divorce series. Also, Jimmy Stewart on his 75th birthday. And all next week, Doris Day on Good Morning America.
Tonight, Henry, Muriel, and Iris tell it like it wasn't when Jackie asks her parents about their courtship on Too Close for Comfort. Then the moon is full and nobody's arms are empty when everybody catches love fever at Amanda's. Tonight on ABC.
Tonight, AIDS. A deadly epidemic is loose in the land. Has too little been done too late to stop it?
And I'll be looking into what science knows about that fat people call cellulite.
Plus, Bette Midler. Has success brought peace to the queen of Trash Flash? Watch 2020 tonight.
Now, get more Gentle Johnson's Baby Shampoo free. Specially marked bottles give you 25% more free. So hurry to your store and save.
Good afternoon, I'm Ernie, and Asked is coming up today on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News. An Eastern Airlines flight from Miami to New York has been hijacked to Cuba. The plane should be on the ground right now in Havana. It is Eastern Flight 24 121 people on board. We'll have the latest for you on that. And live, we'll be talking with actor Paul Newman. Also live, Gladys Knight and the Pips with their very latest recording. We'll be telling you about a famous actress charged with stealing thousands of dollars from Social Security. And Paul Newman live at 5 o'clock.